sent by sir, but just it is 18 now. I don't know what is the problem. So you just inform your friends to join the class. Is last class all 30 were present in the last class, first hour class? Because now in the meeting we have 19
Yes, ma'am.
incoming. Bharat, Diksha, Jemima, Shashank, Kapil, Lavanya, Mithun, Nikhil, Ramya, Uday, Shabri, Shashikant, Saundarya, Suhas K, Suhasam, Sushmita TS, Vibhu, Vidyashri. So still so many has to be joined. Inform them. Because if first class almost 85% and second class not even a 50% means what is that? Inform your friends to join. And as a note, afternoon I'm going to give the quiz for you guys. Everyone take it up for the fourth module. So attend the quizzes. Everyone don't ask that permissions and all. So it will be how 15 to 20 minutes. So take that quiz and complete it. So you should be aware of your activity box. I'm not going to put any message in the groups. Your activity box will go to specify yes you have assigned with the quiz and the due date, due time, everything will be given there. So please guys don't ignore the messages what you are getting in the activity box. Okay. So we'll start up with the class. So as we all discussed almost different cases. Cases in the sense major part the place, temperature, longitude and as well as the difficulty of a designer how they are facing to install the system. And here whatever we are studying these are all already installed and we know the in and out of the system, how many PV panels we are using, what type of inverter we are using, what is the economy and how much rebate they are getting, and that particular government how much they are giving under their schemes, and FIT how much they are getting it, what was the payback period. All these things were discussing, just it is a case study has been done on the systems which are already implemented. So most of the cases of commercial as well as residential rooftop, because as we say being a consumer we can generate the power, same way we can get revenue from the energy which is generated. So that's what it says. There are different variety of rooftops has been shown. So in the case study of F, again it was given a reference which is a residential rooftop system, and the location has been considered with the Cumnock, New South Wales, Australia, which is having a latitude of 33 degree in the north and 33 degree in the south. Means both the side it is almost the same. So orientation can be done in both the phases where they can achieve the highest output. So next, when you consider this latitude, then I am very much interested about what was the radiation I can get it. That is annual average solar irradiation. So as per the horizontal plane assumption, they're approximating per day. They're going to get not per hour, it is a peaks and hours. So you can take it in daily basis or hourly basis or weekly basis. That is left to the scaling how you parameter you're considering. So approximately it is 5.11 peaks sun hours per day. Considering this as an reference, so you can justify that as 1850 kilowatt hour per meter square per year will be get. So this is for throughout year. Throughout year you're going to get 1850 kilowatt hour per meter square per year. Then what was the temperature? Because without ambient temperature, you guys cannot calculate the minimum and maximum number of modules. So I want a minimum as well as the maximum voltage. So they specified the range of the system that is between 0 to 70 degree. Okay, next we are moving with the system. What was the capacity, installed capacity of the roof system, and how many PV panels they are using, how many inverters they are using. And here of course you can observe that there was no disclosure of which type of cables, what was the size of a cable, what is the gauge of a cable, that is not given in the description. Just they are concentrating on PV modules, which manufacturing company PV modules they are using, or else again installers are having, and capacity of a inverter. So those kind has been given. So as but given the system, you can observe the capacity that is installed capacity of a rooftop system is of 9.84 kilowatt per hour. So 9.84, of course, it was somewhat improved. So we have started finding the values from 7 then 12, then 15, then we are going to see 9.84 kilowatt per hour. So this is already installed in rural area of Australia. Okay, so here, so this 9.84 kilowatt of power is achieved by using how many modules? So you can see here, the system uses two Aurora power on PVI 500 outdoor inverters. Of course, inverters we wanted to take the output, so they're specifying outdoor inverters. They're using it of PVI 500, and they're connected to 24 modules. So 24 means there are, you can see, two Aurora power. 2 means two separate inverters we have, and each inverter is connected to 24 modules. So 24 plus 24, how many modules? So totally 48 models of PV system we have. So this 48 are segmented in two parameters. So 24 one segment, another 24 one more segment, and we are drawing the power, means conversion of DC to AC has been done by using a inverter, that is of PVI 500. So that company of Aurora Power One PVI 500 has been used. So in a two segment. So each inverter contains. So this is range is big, right? Because your value of modules are not small like 4, 5, 6. So you have a 24 huge systems are there. So again you can make a tracker using a MPPT. So they are going to contain two MPPT tracker in every inverter system. So okay, each inverters contain two MPPT or MPPT you can say, or maximum power point tracker. Okay, then the system uses digital meter located far from the array and the inverter. So whenever we use the term called digital meter or analog meter, most of the cases we go for digital, because analog it is not possible to analyze what we are getting it. So digital means number is the values are available, so you can find out, are you getting the higher value, lower value, healthy value, or your generation is more or generation is less. Everything can be determined. So here the system uses a digital meter, and that is located far from the array as well as from the inverter system. Okay, so they given it is common in large rural properties for the switchboard or distribution board and the meter to be located at the front gate, which is some distance from the installation. Means in the rural area, it is like a common strategy those people are using it, and it was complete. You can see the picturization. So this is the rural area, as I said. Normally the switchboard, because you need to see what is the values you're generating, how much it is distributing, and all those things. They say normally it will be kept on the front gate. So distance will be little bit far from the installed PV system as well as the inverter. So that they say it will be kept front gate with some distance from the installation. So some distance they're specifying it as minimum 65-meter long underground cable run. So you can see the digged portion, you can see it here, and that will going to drag the line cables, and in the front of the gate, like in the distance of 65-meter, you're going to the underground cable, and after that there will be a panel board where you're going to have a digital meter. So here see, you can observe, so this is the panels, and this much of distance it has to be run, and here you can find the meter. So the system include an underground cable run, and that is a 16 millimeter square SDI cable was used. Means for running the cable under this grounding system, so they use 16 millimeter square SDI cable. So this distance, that's what they say, this is for outdoor. So small distance has been maintained because your system is not next to the grid system. So just a minute, guys. Just a minute. So you can see after a long distance of 65-meter, they kept the digital meter. So of course this is also enclosed type. to protect it from the sun as well as from the wind effect or rain effect, because it is kept completely outdoor. So you can see the digital meter, it look like your energy meter itself. So some readings are displayed in this, so that will going to tell you how much you are generating. So next we'll go for electrical diagram. Hope you can see this. Just a minute. Yeah. So you can see here panels. As I said, there are two segment 24 plus 24. So one side 24 modules is connected to inverter and that is connected to meter board. Similar way, another 24 again like connected to inverter then given to meter. So here the capacity was huge enough so that you can see there is a grid supply is also given in the system. And of course everywhere when you consider inverter and all, there is a protective system, so protective thing. So both the side they have grounded the system. We have disconnectors at both the side, at the DC side as well as on the AC side, and we have a controlling switch. Okay, so you can some for maintenance and all you can go for offing the position, and we have a final meter, digital meter, and then we have a grid supply. Grid supply, this is like if you are completely dependent on this, let us assume it is a heavy rainy season and where the power is not able to generate from the PV modules. So in that time it is necessary for us to take the power from other sources. So here they are having a grid because we don't have any other multiple applications like wind energy or any stored battery energy and also, because nowhere in the electrical diagram it was shown with the battery. There is no battery usage at all. So without battery it is not possible to sustain for a remaining run hours, right? So that's what it is connected with the grid system. Whenever you are generating more, give it to grid. Whenever you are getting less, then take it back from the grid system. But that is also depending upon which type of metering you are going for it. So you can use for only residential purpose, or you can generate and give it to grid. From the grid you can buy the power and you can for the use it for the household appliances. Fine. So as I said, two segment, you can find the two segments of 24 model with inverter. Yes. So you can see the construction, how it has been done. In this photography, the metal rails that make up the mounting structure are clearly visible. So that sheet structure, because this house is not so good enough, of course, the roof has been covered up with complete sheet. Not only roof, you can see the grounding also, number of roof sheets are available. That's what say. Metal in roof, we have so many types, right? Pitched roof, tiled roof, and metal roof. So this is a metal roof mounting structure, and from the far phase itself you can determine what type of cells we are using it. You can see the clarity of the sections in each module. So it not belongs to monocrystalline, it belongs to poly or multi-crystalline type of a system. Okay, and they have specified the structure is metal, and rails has been shown here for placing the PV panels. So we'll see what is the PV array capacity and how many modules they made it separately. We'll go for it. So there are two identical 4.92 kilowatt power of arrays are connected to two separate inverters. Means they're making a segment, right? So we have two inverters and two inverters are connected with a capacity of 4.92 each. Means your model contribution of 4.92 kilowatt of power will be connected to each inverter. And here you see each PV array consisting of, so we have a 48 modules as it. 48 in the sense if you divide it by 2, then, just a minute guys. Okay, so here PV array which is consisting of 24 separate bits, and they're giving a specification that is each module will going to have a power output of 205, and as I said the structure is very clear, it is of polycrystalline Centec modules which are connected in series. Definitely almost all the connections of module will done in series itself. So you are going to use a 24 into 205 watt for polycrystalline Suntech modules, and they are connected in series, and you're dragging the power from ends of the modules. So each string means you're making two different strings. String 1, string 2 means it is consisting of 12 at one string. So which are connected in parallel. So first you're doing the string connection by connecting a series, then you're taking the output across the system. So that is connected in parallel system. So from the picture already it is specified, it is of a metal roof and where the construction has been done. So again they given the specification of a mounting structure. So the modules are you were mounted using a stand of mounts. Fortunately, the roof faces due north and is tilted at 30 degree, which is ideal for PV array. It does, however, experience some shading that is of minus 5%. Means here some position you have taken for the modules, fine, but other place because you said two segment, so another segment has been done by using a pole mounted structure. I think we'll see the front pictures in the next floor. So they are using, fortunately, the roof faces because of the tilt angle already available, and that area is experiencing a shading effect. They are given 5% of the drawback. So here we have a mold mounted using a stand-off mount systems. Then come to the part of the economics. What was the initial investment and what rebate they are getting it? How much from the, like, because they're saving the uh, electrical energy, that is one part. They're generating the electrical energy. They're advertising for renewable energy sources, and at the same time, we have seen in the rules and regulations carbon dioxide emission. If carbon dioxide emission reduces, then again for the reduced per kg, you are going to get benefit from the system. So we'll see what and all has been credited to this part of economics. So total capital cost has been considered as dollar 66,075, which includes a cost of dollar 325 for the underground cable, because your cable and ran for 65 meters, so that cost dollar 325. Okay, so let's see. The system has received dollar 13,120 under the Australian government solar credit scheme. So first they're getting a scheme that is of 13,120, and net cost, system cost as of dollar 52. Okay, and here one more thing. This system was eligible for the New South Wales state government gross feed-in tariff. So feed-in tariff, when it comes, it will be multiplied for each and every watt hour of power generated. So if they are generating 9 point something, so into 0.60 will be calculated and expected to receive from this. If they get FET of 0.60, they're expecting that they will going to get dollar 8,560 per annum. Okay, then as I said, one is FAT and one from the government, they're getting the amount. And last one is the system is expected to pay itself off in 6 to 7 years. And they are save an estimated of 16,120 kg of carbon dioxide per annum. So addition to that, they are reducing the greenhouse effect and reduces the generation of carbon dioxide in terms of kg, that is 16,120 kg per annum. And of course for this also be credited, and that's what they first itself they got the huge amount, huge credits from government of solar credit scheme on the net system. Okay, so they got government of Australia, similarly New South Wales and FIT. So three contributions are giving most of the refunded amount for the initial investment, that is 66,075. Just do the subtraction of this kind. So dollar the 13,120, then 52,925. Sorry. So after subtraction, you are getting 52. Again, you multiply with 0.60, you're going to get 8. Subtract this, hardly 45. $45,000 of investment will be done, and your payback time will be definitely reduces because retail price will be going to be changed every year. So cost of 0.60 can become 7080.1 also. So depending upon that, the output of FET will be increases, so that your lifetime, which is going to have a consideration, a payback system will be reduces. So that's what they say. The system is expected to pay itself off in 6 to 7 years, and which is going to save the carbon dioxide production, that is in terms of 16,120 kg per annum. Okay, so let's see. So that is with respect to the residential rooftop which was installed in Australia. So here there is no much difficulty of consideration in terms of inverter and all. They have a very good clarity. But the thing, the difference if you have find it in the system is underground cables. You are spending some amount for underground cables, and you're keeping the digital meter on the outdoor system where it need still more protection. Other than that, everything is fine. You're getting all the profits from the government, and installer will be benefited in a few years, like 6 to 7 years. You're going to be the benefited. Is it fine? Any doubts in this? So you could see these two structures again. So we have an electrical diagram. Nothing much on this section. So digital meter representation and underground digging system. Any doubts, guys? Okay, so we'll move on to the last case study, that is section G. We'll see what kind of discussion has been done. So a case study is with reference to Stanton House, which was located in UK with a latitude of 51° north. And here they're expecting the annual radiation that is of 1150 kilowatt hour per meter square per year. And this is right, and based on the tilt angle itself, you guys have to go for it. So you can see the specifications which is given. So that is tilted at 30° oriented to south, and they're expecting with the standard annual radiation that is 1000 kilowatt hour per meter square. So the radiation of a temperature, in terms of temperature, if you are considering, that is between 0 to 50° Celsius. So maybe the capacity is very less enough because it is just for single house, tenant house. So we'll see how the construction has been done. So here they're showing how the mounting, ground mounting itself they are doing in the garden itself, not with the roof. They are doing in the garden. So the PV array is ground mounted in the owner's garden. So here you can see the mounting structure which is already half done, and some of the panels are already implemented. And from the picturization you can observe that they're all again a polycrystalline category, and the metering has been connected inside. You can see some indoor connection has been done with all the meters set up. We have an inverter, we have a digital meter, we have a switch controller, all these things. You can see the cables running here and there. So let's see, the inverter is located in the pole shed behind the PV array. So this is your inverter. The inverter is connected to a generation meter which measures the PV array power output. You can see the generation meter which is connected. Then a lockable double pole isolating switch, and then see, you can see the double pole switch. You can put it to both the cases, and then directly into one of the miniature circuit breaker. So circuit breaker, yes, hope you can see the circuit breaker located on the distribution board in the shed. So here you can see the circuit breakers on the distribution board. So it could look like one panel where you have all the meters, inverter, switches, central panel, and as well as the meter system. Okay, and everything is visible on the one section. So what system, what was the capacity, and how many PV arrays has been installed on the ground mounting system, what type of inverter they are using, will go for it. So this is a 5.04 kilowatt system installed. It was 5.4 as compared to our case studies up to now. This is the lowest one, is it? But here we consider this is the large residential property in the UK, because almost all cases we discussed in roof, not in ground mount system. So this is actually standoff mounts. So where capacity was huge enough. So 5.04, that is of a residential property in the UK. And they're specifying about the roofings and all, like the house has an east-west facing roof on the, so the installer was also the system owner decide to mount the molds on the ground. Means if the roof is not supportable, if the phasing is not so good enough to go for the installation, then you can decide other than that place where I can do it. And here they're specifying the owner is acting as the installer, so he decided to install the mountings on the ground itself. So which meant they could face due at south at a tilt of 30 degree. Means when I say ground mount, definitely we need to create the angle. We need to make the molding system. Everything should be done from the beginning. Is it? So they're going to make a tilt at 30 degree towards south. Then the appearance should be good enough. It should not be look awkward because he was planning on the garden area. So aesthetics were important to the system owner. So the models were mounted at the edge of the garden, means to maintain the beauty of the house, beauty of the place. So he was planned to keep that on the edges of the garden. So which has since been landscape so that they cannot be seen from the house or the road. So landscape, of course, you'll have a horizontal representation, not a vertical. So it is not so far visible. So if you go near, you can find yes, there is a PV panel system or PV is installed. Near, you cannot find it from the far distance because it is not visible for a longer distance due to landscape implementation. And then the modules are connected to an SMM mini central inverter, which is located in the pool shed behind the array. So here it was planned with mini central inverter. Of course, in the last cases on that we discussed about uh, micro inverters to each and every panels. But here it was installed with a capacity of mini central inverter, and definitely it was kept behind the array system. Hence, it is not like any separate rooms and all. So it was planned backside of the PV panel itself. The system also includes a SMA, Sunny Bane display and wireless piggyback monitoring system. So here we want a display board and as well as a monitoring system. So that is also with company of SMA Sunny Beam has been used. Then we'll see about the cells which is used. Of course, I think I am also messed up with the construction has it seen from a far place. But here compared to the all, we are using a different or a new trend of cells in your installation. So you can see here the array comprises of 24 nano heterojunction. Heterojunction with intrinsic thin layer modules were used. Of course, we all know about HIT and grade 3, grade 5 semiconductor, solar concentrator. So after that, mono, poly and amorphous, this heterojunction is one of the emerging trend of solar cells and that was implemented in this residential system. So that is 24 cyano heterojunction with intrinsic thin layer HIT modules are being used and which were chosen because the system owner valued reliability and Sino have an excellent reputation. Hence, of course, it is like depend upon the marketing strategy and all. So owner felt okay, this is good enough, and at a moment, whomever like say yes, this is good, people will try to take it up. So due to the reputation that HIT has been implemented. Then there are installed in two rows of 12 modules and however electricity are connected in this three strings of 8 modules per string. So this is of electrical diagram, we'll see to 8 points how it will be. So connections has been given 12 modules and connection has done in terms of 8 modules, they're connected in series. So each series string has 4 modules. Hence you are dividing the system. First you're creating a string, then you're making it a parallel connection and back of the system you're connecting the inverter. Okay. So here, use it to size the array and match to the inverters. Of course, based on a capacity, you need to select the inverter which we are using. And a PV array does occasionally experience a shading. Of course, ground mounting, if you see any of the object is move or if you are moving near to the system, the shading will be there. That's what while planning for ground mounting also try to reach the distance a little bit higher than the grounding system so that most of the time shading can be avoided. The front row of the modules shades the back in the middle of the winter and the surrounding trees shade the PV array at the beginning and end of the day in the clear, early and the late summer. Means they have specified the season also in winter. The back end, like the lower positions will be get affected. Means in one or the other way you can understand in both the season in all round if you consider shading will be existing in this system. Okay, so somewhere in the starting end, edges or sometimes at the corner ends. So that's what they specify the shading from summer season or existing in early or late of the time. So in summer, the array is often able to generate around 35 kilowatt But in the winter, array output decreases about 10% of the experienced in summer. Means here shading is affecting definitely, but if you compare that also, they are saying that in summer somewhat better. They are getting 34 kilowatt hour per day, but 10% of amount will be reduced during the winter season. So you can see the designing which is done, so already implemented, and here four modules are connected in string and they're taken up for the connection. Okay, so you can see this HIT because almost it looks like polycrystalline from the outer structure, but when they specify exactly it is a HIT type of a solar cells. So then if you go with the electrical structure, so just a minute, I'll just rotate this. Yeah, so you can see the modules here. So you're segmented with 4, 4, 4. 4 each are connected in series. So 4 strings are connected as string 1, string 2, string 3, and after that, that is connected to the inverters. So that's what they say mini centralized inverter, because they have not taken any separate inverter for string 1, string 2, string 3. So each are connected to a single inverter. Then you have a meter, that is generation meter. Then you have isolator switches, so you can see the loads, and that is connected to the main consumer, then connected to the utility meter. So here the strings are segmented as 4 modules, and that is connected to the inverter system. Okay, this is the electrical diagram which is considered for implanting the ground mounting system in this residential UK. So next come to the part of economy. Just a minute. Yeah. So you can see the mounting structure of this again. They're given all the visuals at the beginning, how it started with the structure, then after implementing how it looks, and what was, because they're saying the tilt angle of 30 degree, right, towards south they're specified. So each and every structure has been shown in the picture. So construction of the mounting structure, the wooden A-frame and unistruct strip can be seen. So you can see these are the wooden pieces, and this is the unistrip strip. You can find it here. Then can be seen on the grass here, this structure, so which is used for keeping the PV panels. It will be attached along the bottom of the A-frames, means this is attached here, and over that you will go to keep the PV panels. So the module or ground mounted, the installer uses 16 preservative treated oak railway sleepers as a base, because normally we feel aluminium type of rails and supporters are required, but here they planned for a wooden one, and in that also, because it is a durability is longer period, then we have to choose the proper wood, because it has to run for a long years, because if a heavy winter and all, it can be damaged, so you have to select the dry wood. So that's what the oak railway sleepers as a base laid across a flat ground on a weed-proof street that was later covered with gravel of aesthetic reasons. So just to maintain the beauty of the construction, they are doing this. Then you can see the structure once it is done. So earlier structure without mounting. So that mounting place which is kept on the garden has been used here, and after that they did the installation. And you can see the cables which are running from one side to the other side. And inverter itself also, it is connected at the back end of the system. The mounting structure viewed from the side means you can find how much distance was maintained, and that specifies the inclination angle. So here they've shown what type of clamps and they are using. Clamps used to secure the modules to the unistrip in single strip which is connected at the mid of the system. So that can be bolted by using these screws and all. Okay. So here they specify airway sleepers were chosen for the durability. Preservative pressure injected wood is expected to last at least 25 years, of course. So selection of wood is very important, because it minimum it has to live for 25 years. So there's clearly given preservative pressure injected wood is expected to be lost at least to 25 years. Means minimum 25 years it has to run. So here the specified wood A-frames were constructed and screwed onto the sleeve, means how the construction has been done. They are specifying in each and every terms, and galvanized steel were joined to the top and the bottom of the A-stream frames, and modules were fixed to the unit structure using a concrete clamps. Means each and every time the clamps, screws, bolt are not the same for all the mounting system. See, commercial rooftop and all, we have seen J type of a nut and bolt system to be connected, but here they're saying clamp set of connections. So it is differs with different mounting structure. So come to the part of economy, because this is the very important parameter for anyone to be installed. So here the cost is just $20,900. So it includes, because it is comes under residential, means rebate will be applied, because small scale of 5.46 kilowatt of power you are going for the generation. Then it comes to the residential, so we'll see what rebate they are going to get it, what FIT will be there, and what was the payback period. Let's consider all those things. So system cost, it is 20,900. So it included with 15,700 for your PV module and remaining 2,200 for inverter. So considering this total, they're saying 20,900. Cables and all, of course, everything will be considered here. Then here the system feeds electricity into the grid and earns. So whatever the generated energy in that, they are feeding the electricity, and for each watt hour power they are getting 0.16. Okay, so this is under a tariff, gross feed-in tariff paid by the system owner utility. Means this is of electricity limited. They are getting 0.16 for each and every generation which is sent to the grid system. Then in the first year of operation, the PV system generated 4,200 kilowatt hour. Of course, this is a small scale. As I said, we have to count down each and everything. So first year, the annual outcome was 4,200. So considering this, as per this 0.16, they want $672. And when you compare this with your initial cost, the total payback was considered as 17 years. It is just 25 years of lifetime, but the getting back amount or incentives are very less enough here. So first year, as per the calculation, it was specified minimum 17 years are required to get back the payment amount of this 20,900. But if the system were installed now, that is on January 2009, it would receive a gross feed-in tariff of 0.41. So you just see it. So it was 0.16. As we said, year-wise, there is a review or a change of a retail prices. So 0.16 has changed to 0.41. So what happens? The amount of payback time will be going to differ. Almost, it is not almost 3 times of the actual grass feeding where they are getting at the beginning. In the first year, they are getting 1.6. So it can be 32 means it is 2 times. So 48, almost 41 means more than 2.5% has been increased, so that they're going to reduce with the payback period. So payback period is approximately 7 years. So it is 17 years was reduced to 10 years because of the gross feed-in tariff has changed year to year. So they have an example that 2011 it was increased and they started receiving an amount of 0.41 and under the UK government clean energy cashback scheme. So that is in the case B what we have studied. So that policy has been applied here, and those are getting the payback time has been reduced to for 7 years. Means within 10 years the payback time will be get over, and remaining 15 years will be the benefit for a residential top owner. Okay, so the PV array is clearly hidden in the garden so that it does not affect the appearance of the beautiful property. Means it is just in one row. Of course, it is a landscape, and it was securely selected one area, that is the edge area. Of course, you have to be careful enough, because if you are going regularly visiting that places and all, somewhere you create the harmness. So better to select the place where people don't have much movement, much activity. So that's what they say, edge area. Okay, so this is with respect to the last case, because almost all are of a rooftop. Ground mounting or less enough, but this is one of the best example which is given and which is installed. But as per the investment, if they get a good tariff, good rebate, but I don't know, the rebate is not at all applied here, but only they are getting the feed-in tariff advantage. Because of that itself, they are getting a less payback period, and the cost is not much reduced as compared to the commercial rooftop and all. So these are the different varieties of case studies has been implemented in different sectors in the world. And of course, you can see there is not even a single example based on India. So we'll try to find out case studies which are available in India. We'll see that. Okay, so these are the examples. So you have to keep it in mind because, as I said, that can be asked to write you regarding the case study. They'll specify write about residential rooftop or commercial rooftop or like the sunshot rooftops. So you should be in a position to answer it and try to write the minimized symbols because see, ground type you can write the structure. You can write by your hand as a picture. Just to theory, I don't think so. It will make a sense. I think this time also in internals also people are writing ground mounts, wall mounts, a minimum structure. You could have write it, but no one has did it. So we expect the diagrams. So if you see this, you can write one small box and rectangular. You can show these are the modules and kept with 30-degree orientation south towards the system. This many models we are using it in terms of numbers. So that will give you some attraction towards the answers. Okay, they have written something instead of writing the whole paragraphs. Okay. So if you have any doubts, let me know. And of course, as per your syllabus, we are completed all the 5 modules. So if you have any doubts about case studies, you can ask me. Because when you are going for a case study, you should be very careful enough with the mounting systems which are discussed in the second module. And they're nowhere discussed about cabling and all. These are all like just installer has to carry out with the cabling, disconnector, isolator, circuit breakers. They're majorly concentrating on the huge budget area where we are going to get where we are going to buy the panels at the same time where we are going to buy the inverter. Okay, so I hope the subject was something interesting and something easy, but you have to go through it. You have to find what exactly happening. It is just an awareness. Okay, for PV panel, if you install, you will be the benefitor. You can generate your electricity because the question arises for the resources. Only hydropower plant is there, nuclear power plant is there. I want to have a particular place to select. So these are all the restrictions we have. But the solar, it is somewhat giving all option to the consumer because the last case he said owner and installer is only the same person itself, and he has a choice what to do, what not to do. The same way you guys also can plan. You have a authority to do, produce the electricity from your house sectors, which you have a good building or good roof system. You can minimize the electricity consumption from other sources. You can generate the electricity. You can save the electricity. So this is one of the best concept of theory which is explained here. That's what they given operation and maintenance of solar electric systems. Okay, huge wide applications has not been shown. Just they're planning for implementing the solar system and getting the output in terms of economy. How government is supporting? What are the tax rules, rebate rules, FIT rules? Those kind of things has been given clearly here. Okay, guys, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I hope yesterday I have not taken the attendance. So today, yes, answer for your attendance, Vibhu.
Present, ma'am.
Lohitashva. Lohitashva.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Mudasir. Mudasir. Mudas. Mudasir. Are you there, Mudasir? Okay. Amal.
Present, ma'am.
Anand. Anand. Aruna.
Present, ma'am.
Bharat.
Present, ma'am.
Diksha. Diksha.
Present.
What happened? You want to sing? You want to sing?
Huh?
You want to sing?
Ma'am.
Okay. Girish? Jamima?
Yes, ma'am.
Kapil?
Present, ma'am.
Lavanya?
Present, ma'am.
Mithun?
Present, ma'am.
Patan? Patan? Nikhil?
Present, ma'am.
Pavan? Pavan? Ramya?
Present, ma'am.
Ranjit? Sai Kiran?
Ma'am.
Sai Ramesh?
Present, ma'am.
Selva? Selva? Shabrish?
Present, ma'am.
Uday?
Present, ma'am.
Suhas K?
Present, ma'am.
Suhas M?
Yes, ma'am.
Sushmita TS? Sushmita V? Sushmita V? Tejaswini? Vidya?
Yes, ma'am.
Shank?
Present, ma'am.
Nitish? Nitish? Are you there, Nitish? Okay. Leelesh? You just inform this fellow is not attending classes. Indrajit, of course, is not going to pass anywhere. Neela?
Present, ma'am.
Saundarya?
Present, ma'am.
Nitish? Chetan? Prajwal?
Present.
Shashikant?
Present, ma'am.
Okay, sir, thank you. See, is they have disclosed the marks? IA marks is disclosed from any subjects?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, once we got the information, we'll do it. As I said, some people did extremely too good. As I said, 30 out of 30. And some, I don't know where was the mistake. Choice of question is wrong or method of answering is wrong. They gone below 20. I'll just disclose that when we get the permission. Okay. If you have any doubts or clarification in that, you can tell me. And today, I think by afternoon, I'll give the quiz. Guys, you take it up. Thank you so much and have a nice weekend. Hope for tomorrow you don't have any presentation or any internship, right? Anything is there tomorrow?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So concentrate on your project, try to complete it. You have a less time for everything. So prepare the paper. I think today I'll circulate one book chapter publishing. Okay, same as a conference. Guys, it's not, don't take your project papers, take your internship or seminar topics because they're asking for the articles. So whomever is interested, please come and contact me. I will just help you out. So we'll try to publish that in a article paper. Okay, that was a word book publication. They're going for it in the next year. So if you do it now, so it will be next year on the word book day they're going to publish. But selected articles will be done. So I'll just share it in the group for you guys. Whoever interested, please contact what to do, what not to do. I'll just help you out in that. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.